I wanted to play with some junk mail today. This is a trifold piece of junk mail that I have all my friends giving me all their junk mail that came. And I wanted to play with my new collage papers that I launched. And so stay tuned and watch as I play and collage and create something. I don't know what. I'm using the original page because I just loved it. And I decided to keep the entire picture. And so I've overlapped it over the fold lines, but I think it's going to work just fine. So using my glue stick and getting it all glued down. Trimming off the excess. Well, I thought I pushed the button, and guess what? I didn't to film. So what you're seeing is I used the first piece all the way across all three panels, and then I just added side panels. So this is from Collage Kit 2. This, I think, is Collage Kit 3 with all the postage, and see how it really coordinates. And then I have created another kit of some additional coordinating backgrounds where I've taken parts of the collage papers and I've given you bigger pieces and other pieces like that. So that's what I put on the back. And so, again, I went all the way over and then I just added the little piece on the end. So now here is my totally covered piece of junk mail. Now here's what I wanted you to see. If you have a ton of paper and a ton of ephemera, then you probably don't want a collage kit of mine. But what I've done is made it simple for people to junk journal who, number one, don't have the time or don't have the money to go out and try and find all this unique ephemera pieces that would really coordinate. So I've done it all for you in a digital kit. And when I put it together like that, look how quick and easy this comes together. I mean, all I have to do now is just decide on what message or what theme I want to have on here and put some pockets and add some additional pieces of ephemera. So that's what you're going to see me doing next. So I'm playing and pulling out pages and coordinating pieces. So what I've pulled out is, this is one of my kits. This is the leftover parts, excuse me. And this was Amazing Number Patterns in the Bible. I created a whole sheet of the numbers that we talked about. And look, it's the same kind of red that's in here. So what you can see, a lot of my work, I have a style, and my style is kind of bold, and these are some bright colors. So look, I can cut pieces out of these leftover pages and actually use them in a totally different kit. I made this one last year, and I made this one just a couple weeks ago. So that's the cool part of having fun extra pieces from, look at, there's the red, there's what I want, from my different kits. So again, this is Amazing Number Patterns. Look at this red. And I pulled from my Colossal Ephemera kit, and these two little tags were in there. Now, I've used a piece of, I don't even know what you call this stuff. It's like fiber paper, or I don't know what this stuff's called. I got a pack of it. I'm sure I got it on Amazon or Temu. And I decided to make a pocket, and I wanted it to kind of be see-through. And then the top, I added some red washi tape on there. So see, these would go in there, and then you can see all the parts. See how cool that would look? Okay, so that's what I'm doing so far. So now I'm playing around, and I love adding these red pieces. So what I could do with this is I could make another pocket. So let me think about what would I like. Ooh, that's really kind of fun. I love this red. This was one red piece of paper in that kit, and look how it totally coordinates with this. And then I cut out some of the numbers because I thought I could put some numbers on here. And then also in my Colossal Ephemera kit, there are pages of Bible verses, and I've shown you how, if you print this on These are printed on sticker paper. You can print them on sticker paper or you can print them on vellum, okay? And so here's an opportunity for me to add some fun words and kind of come up with, yeah, it's going to be a piece of Faithart, right? Of course, all my stuff is Faithart. So I could put that on a tag, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm just sitting here playing with. And I think I'm going to just keep playing with the camera on. I'm excited to be using this gorgeous piece of the red paper that was in my Amazing Numbers kit. I didn't use it. I created it for the kit, but then when I made my junk journal, I didn't really use it. And of course, isn't that probably a God thing? That it matches something a year later. But that's the beauty of digitals, right? So I'm just kind of playing around. I want to make some pockets. The trick is I don't want to make all these big pockets and cover up the beautiful background papers. So I am also using some of those red to make a tag, and I had to reinforce it here because it was really just on a piece of paper. So I attach it to, a piece of cardstock. And there I'm auditioning the different types of Bible verses that I could potentially put on this large, long tag that are out of the kit that I just mentioned. That's my Colossal Ephemera kit. And I've printed all that on, these are on sticker paper because I printed these a while ago. So you see how easy it is once you have everything cut out to just move forward and really create a gorgeous kit, because things are cut out, they're ready to go. So all I have to do is just, choose the verses. Obviously, I've chosen the theme of prayer. And I've done a couple kits on prayer, but this one is just, I'm just so in love with these papers. And again, I love how things just coordinate. So we've got that long tag made, and then I realized I really needed to add some kind of a little pull tab on the top because it would be kind of difficult. So using my tiny attacher, that worked well. And then I'm just playing with where do these gorgeous red rose ones go, and adding little tabs to the top of that also. But so far, it's just really coming together so well. And then, how cool is that I have washi tape that's very old, that's the same color polka dots as the paper. When I created this kit, I didn't think of that, right? But it's just how it all goes together. Okay, so now I've added another white tag with a Bible verse on it, and that one I just decided to go ahead and add some string. And then I found this little piece of white cardstock with a tab already cut on it. So you're watching me add the Bible verse, and it fits right in that nice side pocket, and it works well. Okay, let's go to the front cover. Now the fun part here is I just did a video about the new stamps that I got from Temu, and I sat for a couple hours and just stamped them, and I pulled a bunch of old papers out of my stash and just stamped, and I ended up, see the little box on the left, that is almost 300 pieces of ephemera. And the cool part is when you stamp on a background paper, it's just like so easy, it just becomes its own focal point. So then I had the word prayer, and that again is in this Colossal Ephemera kit. Okay, now let's go to the fold-in page. So I had some more red left, and I decided to be fun and make a very different type of pocket here. So I've used two, like a rectangle and a square, and putting them together offset. And then I'm going to use that really pretty piece of white. That was a card, and I cut it in half, and it was already punched with the holes. So we put together the pocket and got that glued down, and I'm really happy with that. That's working well. Put the little notch on, edged everything. And now with the white cardstock little note card, I guess we could call it, that I'm going to put in there. I was trying to figure out how am I going to decorate that. So making sure I left enough space for that card to fit back in there. So I'm looking at that card, and first I wanted to pick the right Bible verse that was going to go on it. So trimming that up so that I can attach it. And before I attached it, I decided, okay, it's way too white. Is that the Bible verse that I want? So the cool part is when they're all cut out, you just get to keep auditioning until you find the right one and the right size. And that just works really well. So as I said, then I decided, what am I going to do with those little dots? And I had just watched a video the other day of somebody else who did that in and out lacing. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. So I decided to use the red and white, not thread. Okay, what is that, Diane? I love how I forget the names of things. Anyway, I laced it through there. So you're just watching me do that. It probably would have been easier if I put that on a needle. I had to keep wetting it to get it to go through the holes, but we're getting it done. And I think it's going to really add something really unusual and nice. So I'm kind of happy about this. This worked out good. So do you ever lace? I haven't laced anything in so long, only because I just watched a video with somebody doing that, what I've done that. I wouldn't have ever thought of that in so long. Okay, so we've got that tied, knotted at the top. And at the bottom, I decided I'm just going to use a piece of Scotch tape. I'll just tape it on there. So, okay, that's going to look nice. But, I need to add some more decoration. And isn't this cool that I have this Dino Wakley washi tape, which totally coordinates. So I put that on the side, and now I'm going to attach the Bible verse sticker. So we'll get that on there. And that's looking good. Let's darken all the edges. And yes, I am really happy. Now I just decided, you know, it needs one more thing. And there we go. I had just made those. And so I love the little number stamp. And I decided, you know what, it needs something. So using my awl, I punched 2 little holes and decided to add mini little black brads. So that's what you're seeing me do now. You know, just those little touches of metal really just add some more interest. So these pages, there's a lot of interest, right? So your eye really moves on all around. And then I decided, you know what, I want to round the corners. So using my corner rounder on the 1/2 inch, I went ahead and did that. And then I decided, let's add another little blue tag on the red. I'm so glad I sat and stamped all those, because now it just makes my life so easy to make something. Okay, we're on the back. So we've got one more piece of paper. I want to add one more pocket, but I don't want to cover up all those pretty blue and white kind of stripes. So I folded it so that it would have a little bit more, be reinforced. Looking through my washi tapes, and I love the one that kind of has like crosses on it, and I'm thinking I'll edge it. So get that all ready, gonna put it down. So I went ahead and glued the pocket on 3 sides. So we've got that down. And then I try the washi tape, but you know what, nah, it doesn't add anything. So no, forget that idea. Okay, now what are we gonna do? So now I pulled out a big white number 8 tag and I trimmed it on the bottom. Found the right Bible verse, and it's one of the word art pieces that come in that kit. Then I decided, okay, it's all white. Let's add some more washi tape. I'm so glad I pulled out my washi tape. I forget to use washi tape, and I have so much that it's insane. So we're just decorating it on up. It's working well. And that looks good. Now, what am I going to use on the top? Well, the little red string looks good. That blue does so not match. So we're not going to use that one. So I went over to my ribbon stash, pulled out the right blue, and decided, okay, let me thread the red and white through, and then let's add some charms. Yes, I just bought a whole bunch of new charms from Temu. So I decided to add the little silver Holy Bible, and then I have a really pretty silver heart. So I'm attaching that to the ends, and it's coming together so nicely. I'm really, really happy with this. And this is something new for me, so let me know what you think of me doing a voiceover. I realized that if I wanted to just relax and make this, that it would end up being a 2-hour video, and I don't want to watch 2-hour videos. This video has been about how to turn a piece of tri-fold junk mail into a beautiful prayer mini junk journal. I had a piece of paper just like this, tri-folded, right? And all I did was cover it with my new collage papers. So let me walk you through what I've used, okay? Now, I came out with a couple sets of collage papers. So let me show you what it looks like first, and then I'll tell you what each is. So here's the front, and this word is on sticker paper, and it comes out of the Colossal Ephemera kit. There's a whole bunch of pages of word art Bible verses. There's prayer, so they're all about prayer and things like that. And when you print it on a sticker, look, looks like I wrote it on there. And then those are just some of the background. I just did a video about buying some new ticket and stamps from Temu, and I sat there and made this entire little container. I've like almost 280 pieces, just stamped them on different pieces of paper. So that's what's on the rest of it. And then when you open it up, here, these two papers and this are from a different kit. That is my amazing number patterns in the Bible. It was a lot of reds and things like that. Let me show you what that kit looked like. You might have seen me opening this up. So this is what that kit was all about. Really good Bible study, in case you haven't looked at that one. And so I had this fun little card that my friend gave me. And so for me, this is like a little place where you could do some prayers, right? You could write a note if I was giving this to somebody. So I just decorated. It was already punched with the holes, and all I did was go ahead and just tie the red ribbon through there. So that goes on there. Open it all the way up. This is from the Amazing Numbers kit. And again, I had a little card with a tab on it, and I attached one of the other verses. Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. And that's Colossians. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny I can't read it. And then there was another, this is from the Colossal kit also, Colossal Ephemera kit. So we've got two pieces in there. And then over here, this is from the Colossal Ephemera kit. This is a verse from the Colossal Ephemera kit. And then I used, again, another one of the verses from that red kit and just attached it onto there. And tied with some red. And then on the very back, this, I just love this. Another piece of the red from that red piece of paper. Took a white tag and added washi tape on the side and added another one of the word art from that kit. He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Psalm 91:2. And there'd be room to journal on the back. Oh, better tie that in a knot, huh? So the point that I'm making, showing you how first of all, I love to collage. And I'm really excited for myself that I do graphics now. I am a digital creator also. And so I can create these gorgeous papers that I've already done all the work for you. I've already done all the collage. This is one piece of paper, and it is from the Collage Papers #2 kit that just launched. And so what I did in this one is I did a color wave for each page. So here's pink, there's a green one, there's a gorgeous yellow one, and then this one was in there, the teal and the red, okay? And I basically laid that piece of paper right on the middle over the folds, And then I went into Collage Papers number 3 kit, and this is where I did, again, color waves with postage, okay? And in that one, I pulled out this one piece of paper. It was a blue piece of paper, and that's what I put on both sides, okay? And then I just made an additional new kit that will be available when you see this video. What I decided to do was, out of Collage Papers 2, I created a new kit where I've given you 2 additional pages to collage with. And what I've done basically is taken some of these little background pieces and blown them up so that you have more pieces, okay? And that's what you're seeing on this back part, okay? Here's one of the pages, and then here's a piece from the other page. So they're the same pieces of collage from the Collage Paper Kit 2. I've just given you 2 additional pieces because as I was starting to make something, I realized, well, wait, I need the colors to match. So I created that new kit. So that's in the shop for you. So hopefully you'll see that you don't have to have a lot of paper. You just need some glue and a printer and print out, and then you too will have this beautiful collage. But of course, even more important, we've made it a piece of faith art. So if I were going to give this to somebody, what a great gift to somebody. This would make a great Easter present, right? All about prayer, because we've got some Bible verses in there. We've got places for the person maybe to write, or for you to write a prayer for that person. So this is the first. I'm going to probably make some more of these just to show you how versatile my collage paper kits are. So I hope that you will like this video. I hope that you will share this video. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Like, exactly what did you get, Diane? Or if you have any questions about the stamps or the kits or anything like that, go ahead and ask me. And then I'm going to ask you a question that I would love to hear the comment. Do you like to collage? Do you have a lot of stuff to collage? Do you think these collage papers might enhance your ability to make more collage and adding faith? Because if you get the Colossal Ephemera kit, if that's the only piece of my ephemera kits, which I have 6 or 7, you're going to get so many Bible verses, and you're going to get so many wonderful little tags that are all different colors in those kits. So it's going to go a long way for you to be able to create a gorgeous piece of faith art for yourself or for you to share. Blessings. See you next time.